Hello and welcome, my name is Anna. Today I'm reacting to ILLITs music video for Not Cute Anymore. I have already listened to the song. I listened to it together with Not Me, that's its own separate video. I will link that because that's already out. And I'd have to be fully transparent, I did see like a bunch of screenshots and the start of mini clips because I scrolled Twitter and Twitter for some reason decided that my entire feed is ILLIT. So bad for the reaction game. But I know I haven't seen everything. For example, this very first frame, I haven't seen this, so we'll just get right into it and see what this music video is and if it's actually not cute. Which I honestly doubt. I'm pretty sure this will be cute in some way. Cute is dead in a glittery grave. Excuse me, it's a bit loud. Oh. The colors are exactly what I wanted. I'm still of the opinion this sounds like a 90s magical girl anime song. With the way the video looks, it seems a bit more grainy, like it would have been at the time. And the colors reflect it as well. It's very... I'm wondering if it's just filters off. They actually used like an older camera to film it. It's a lot darker than I expected, but I did also talk a little bit about how there were like some sci-fi sounding elements. So I guess in that way it does kind of work. But this is interesting. Why are the shoes dancing? I disagree. I'm very sorry, they are still cute. The disco ball set is really interesting. It's a very simple way to do it, but it's really nice. And it's a lot of the color that was missing in the first few scenes. I feel like I've seen like enough pieces to piece together the music video, but I haven't seen the music video. So everything feels familiar and I'm not really sure what to talk about to a degree. The color choices stand out to me right now because they aren't as pastel-y as I think we're used to from ILLIT. I feel like Cherish My Love wasn't as pastel-y, but definitely some of the other releases. And these are a lot stronger. These aren't necessarily bright colors except for the disco ball, but like this pinkish red is a very strong color even if it's not very bright or fully saturated. It's definitely a different approach than the previous music videos, which makes sense because the song is also pretty different. But I am a bit bummed out that there aren't any alien things yet. I feel like they would have fit very well. Maybe they still have a minute and a half to bring them in. But I think that's like the only thing where I'm like, just give me like a little thing. Just something. Just a tiny little alien thing that kind of fits in. Aww. I did not expect a laser cat. Oh, okay. Aliens! There they are! Wait! Okay, I mean, I guess it is an instrumental, so it's not that difficult to predict. There is something in the beginning and the end especially that kind of sounds like alien guns. So in a way, it was predictable. But I'm still glad I'm right. Also, I did see the clip where they punched the head off, so I wasn't as shocked by it as I would have been, as I was the first time, basically. But this almost seems... Also, I'm just now seeing that it says in the subtitles that I'm not an alien, and I did read the lyrics during my song reaction, but apparently either that wasn't in the lyrics I read, or my brain went over it. with them punching the head off with the mask, and the general approach to this with a lot of like the abstract things and refusing to be cute, it almost seems like self-talk, or like they're trying to convince themselves that they're not cute anymore instead of trying to convince the audience. There's also a lot more abstractness in here. ILLIT was already abstract, but this is another level above that. It seems like they just keep getting more abstract, which is probably fine. It does make the music video more interesting. In a landscape of continuously more music videos from continuously more groups, which often take a safer approach to music videos. So that boldness is admirable, in my opinion. And I think we'll just keep going. I wasn't sure about the styling during the disco ball set. Now I get it, because it's a lot of muted colors. It's not as bright and colorful as they usually do, which I guess fits the concept. It would be very ironic if they go with "I'm not cute anymore" and then they appear in their fluffy, frilly dresses again. So in that regard, I think this is a smart approach. But it does make me a little bit sad, because I missed color. We need the color back. I'm going to say this very carefully. I think a brighter concept for the next comeback could be really interesting. Not in a cute, colorful way, but just in like a bright, colorful way. The cars are cute. Oh! Oh, interesting. This is the thumbnail of the music video. I wasn't sure what to think of it because it is very muted in color and only 4 or 5 members are on it, which I'm not too sure is a good approach. Because with 5 members, you do still have the ability to have all 5 on the thumbnail without it being too crowded. And this thumbnail is mostly gray. When you mesh everything together, it's gray. So it doesn't really draw the eye there, which isn't great because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that music videos are one of the ways that groups can be learned about pretty easily, which is why I keep harping on about good thumbnails, because it can absolutely change a group's trajectory. But I also haven't seen anything else I would have picked as a thumbnail. At least I can't remember right now. So I guess they made the best choice they could. The entire music video is very muted, so I don't think there's actually a good screen grab that would function well as a thumbnail based on color alone, just because the entire music video is very muted due to... I'm assuming it's filters. I don't think they dragged out a really old camera just to film this, when you can do the exact same thing with just filters. So, I don't know, I think they should have tried to use something else, but that's just my opinion, so... I have no idea what it is. And I have many questions. Fascinating. Ah, why? I did see like the promotional material stuff. I am now wondering why this isn't the cover for the single. Because this could have worked really well. I'm not saying that the cover is bad. I like the cover. But this would have been a great alternative. Though, then again, ILLIT does have like a certain theme with the covers of the releases. So this wouldn't really fit into that. But this is interesting. And because we don't have a logo motion for ILLIT, I'll just stay on this screen to talk. I think on a music video standpoint, this music video is pretty, but it's not memorable. And there are some elements that are kind of not quite fitting together. And I think that's specifically the end with this time lapse of walking through this area and this scene. Entirely because of the room, because most other sets are outside. So having this one set that's inside is kind of odd in a way. And now I'm wondering if this could have been a good thumbnail. I feel like it could have kind of worked, maybe. Like a little bit of color enhancing. Making sure the title's on the thumbnail. That could have kind of worked, maybe. Anyway, I think this music video fits the song. I don't think it's exactly what I expected. It was pretty dark for that. Because ILLITs music videos have been pretty bright overall, I expected a bit more of that. Again, I do think Cherish My Love had a lot more strong colors. So going more into that direction could have also worked for this. I mean, they kind of did a little bit, but they could have gone further with that. But I don't think this music video is... It's abstract in the right ways, but I don't think it's that memorable. And it does feel very, very slightly, and I'm saying this with the most care I can put into this. It feels a little bit too far away from what ILLIT has done. It's a little bit of too far of a jump from what they have done before. And I will remain with my theory that this might just be a single to prepare for a full album. And both Not Me and Not Cute Anymore will be on that album as B-sides, and there will be a different title track. And it can also just be that this is just an experiment, that they're just testing this to see what the reception is. So while I find this music video interesting, I don't think it's the best they could have done. It's very hard to say what they could have done differently, but I do think there could have been some different approaches that also could have worked pretty well. Also specifically, I think what's actually bothering me right now that I've like taken a moment to think about it, the concept pictures we got do not align with the music video. I think that's a big thing that breaks up the cohesion for me. And that is also something that does happen sometimes. What I am going to say, I reacted to ITZY's Tunnel Vision, and I did see the concept pictures for that when they were posted before the music video and song were released. The concept pictures fit together with the music video. I do realize the elements are there, but just the way that they were processed are so different that it doesn't really look like the same thing. I am missing the excitement that the concept pictures brought with them, because the concept pictures had a certain abstractness to them. And while we did have abstractness in this music video, the specific abstractness that the concept pictures had isn't here. So that is what actually is bothering me. I'm pretty glad I figured it out while recording, because that would have been really difficult to put into the description and stuff. But yeah, I think that's where I leave it for now. Again, I did record my reaction to my first listen to both Not Me and Not Cute Anymore. That's its own separate video. I do more reactions on my channel if I could interest you in those. And yeah, take care of yourselves, drink tea, and with this I release into the depths of the universe once again. See ya!